You know Gervonta Davis? You know Adrian Broner? You know guys know Claressa?
I was Mexican, I did being it.
You know Adrian?
Everybody got ice but me. Shit.
No, you
hook
cool.
me over the jeweler.
Nah, man, we gotta find who did that to that coach that fucked your money up, man. That's what we gotta find, man. You would have had all the ice, man.
What happened, Adrian?
No, he did.
He hiding.
No, I'm not saying like he died.
I was about to say, bro, why you saying that? No, he did.
Not like that, but he.
Obviously, there's been a little back and forth with you and Tank. Any thoughts on that?
Fuck Tank.
There you go.
Weirdo.
So he gonna be here tomorrow, right? He's got his press conference.
I don't give a damn where he gonna be at. I won't be there. So look, they asked me questions and I answered them. The question a long time ago was, who is a male fighter I think I could beat in a boxing match? Mm-hmm. I said Sean Porter and Keith Thurman. Mm-hmm. What I will say is, with my boxing pedigree, with my height, my jab, my skills, I can beat Rolly in a boxing match. And that's just what it is.
Oh, you think you can beat Rolly actually in a fight?
A boxing match, absolutely. You were talking about sparring, sure. But even under the rules of, you want to say 2 minutes, 12 rounds.
Claressa Shields didn't merely imply she could match up against male boxers. She stated it with full confidence, asserting that in an official professional fight, she could outbox high-level names like Rolando Romero and Keith Thurman. This was not a casual or humorous comment, but a clear and intentional claim that immediately ignited strong reactions across social media and the boxing world, leading to heated debates, criticism, and widespread skepticism from both fans and analysts.
So when I was in the gym, sparring and fighting, if a guy got off on me, that was like bragging rights. He could brag for the week because I was beating everybody up.
Right.
So if a guy beat me up, he'd brag about it for at least 3 weeks, and he wouldn't get back in the ring with me for about 3 weeks. But I'd be like, oh, you got to spar again tomorrow. Yeah. You got me today. And I didn't take getting beat in the gym, even in...
The tension rose further during a heated segment on the Nightcap podcast, where the discussion suddenly took a sharp and unexpected turn. Sitting across from Shannon Sharp, Claressa Shields remained unwavering in her position, arguing that a focused training camp of just 2 to 3 months would be sufficient for her to overcome Rolando Romero, backing up her statement by pointing to her physical edge in height and reach, as well as what she believes is a much more advanced understanding of the sport inside the ring.
I beat Rolly. He's a world champion. Rolly Ramirez. Listen, it's not about... I think Rolly is very unorthodox. He's very strong, right? But I'm way taller than him, way longer than him, and got better boxing skills.
So how about one of his punches, though?
Did you not hear what I said? It's hard for somebody smaller to hurt somebody that's bigger. I walk around at 185. He fights at 140. Or is it 47? It's one.
He said 140, 147.
But I'm just saying, though, like with his skill set, he can't be...
So that's where it came from. You said that you could be the 3-division world champion, lightweight, super lightweight, and welterweight. Take it away.
He just became welterweight. Who did he fight against for that 47 belt? I can't remember. Who he beat for that 47 belt? Was it Ryan Garcia?
Hold on. I just let me see. He recognizes the champ.
If it wasn't Ryan, it was the older guy. It was the older guy, but it was the stoppage.
About the Mexican that really beat him, but they gave him the
they stopped the fight too fast.
Yeah. That guy was beating him. I know the older guy. He's like 40-something years old, 46, somewhere in there.
As the discussion grew more heated in the studio, Shields made her approach clear, saying she would target Raleigh's body. While the argument continued, another major name in boxing shared his viewpoint, Gervonta Davis, who previously knocked out Rolando Romero in 2022, reacted by laughing when he heard the comments from Claressa Shields. And rather than offering polite approval, he openly supported Romero's capabilities, explaining that many people underestimate the true power behind Romero's punches, which he described as extremely heavy, while also warning that stepping into the ring with someone who hits with that kind of force could potentially cause serious harm to Shields, an opinion that carried notable credibility given Davis's reputation as a proven knockout artist.
Around at 180, and he walks around, let's just say for the sake of argument, if he's making weight at 147, I'm saying he's probably walking around at 160, 165. I'm gonna be generous and say he's stripping between 15 and 20 pounds off. Even at 155, 165, his body still produces more testosterone as yours.
Nobody ever said I was stronger than Rolly. I never said that. You said that. I am telling you off of pure boxing. Look, Deontay Wilder had 41 knockouts. He getting there with a pure boxer like Tyson Fury and lose. This is man to man, but I am telling you, skill to skill, skill to skill. You are not looking at skill to skill, man. You're just not, because you can't, because you too macho.
But
that's
you
just
looking
you,
at Rolly, you looking at Rolly like he's not skilled. You're looking at Rolly like he's not skilled.
I am telling you that Rolly is skilled. He's not better skilled than me. And Ocho even just told you that. Ocho just told you that.
So I'm gonna ask Ocho.
Ocho just told you that.
So he's not as skilled as Claressa. Do you believe Claressa can beat him in a fight, in a sanctioned fight, a 12-round fight with 10-ounce gloves? Do you believe Claressa could beat him?
That's what I explained in my first when I first said it. Are you going to be able to protect yourself in a 10-round fight and not get caught in exchanges?
All you gotta do is tuck your chin and keep your fucking hands up. What are we talking? I'm finna go in there. Oh, I'm finna go power for power with Rolly. Man, come on. You seen the jab in the fight. You seen the head movement. You seen the body work. And anybody that know, when you fight against somebody that's strong, you hit them where? The body. I'm going to Rolly.
The tension continued to build when another fighter she had called out responded publicly. After hearing about the challenge, Keith Thurman avoided reacting with anger or typical trash talk and instead brushed off the idea of a legitimate professional fight, explaining that he would only consider stepping into the ring for a charity exhibition, and even then under specific conditions such as using oversized gloves and requiring Claressa Shields to wear protective headgear. Remarks that made it clear he did not see the matchup as a serious competitive contest.
But Rolly, he can hit, bro. Like, he can hit. He's the only person I felt like when he swung, it felt like Bricks was in hood.
Is that the hardest one? Is that the hardest one you faced throughout your whole career? Is that the hardest one?
Who else I squad that was like that was Danny Garcia. Danny Garcia. That guy, he can hit. Danny, what? He Puerto Rican, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it like a hook he was swinging or?
Everything.
Oh, is it?
I ain't gonna lie. He didn't touch me. He didn't touch me with nothing clean. But when he did touch me, he was like, hit me all across the ring. Like, boom, boom. I'm like, damn.
He then redirected the discussion toward her endurance in the ring, pointing out a fundamental difference in the sport structure, noting that women compete in 2-minute rounds, while men fight 3-minute rounds at the highest level. By highlighting this gap, Keith Thurman argued that Claressa Shields may not be physically conditioned to sustain the longer pace and intensity required in elite men's championship bouts.
One, I have no interest in this type of fight. But if the fans hold interest in such an event, and if we could do it for charity, I most likely would fight her with my jab only. She could even put on a headgear, okay? And like, what else did I say? I said I'll do jab only.
You could wear bigger gloves. She could wear bigger
she could put on a head. If we could get a plethora of money together for these I'll wear bigger gloves. Like whatever. It's an exhibition. Like you said, this fight there's no such thing as a real fight. So like the homegirl said, the men played different. I forgot, but somebody reminded me, women don't even do 3-minute rounds, bro.
I know.
They don't even do 3-minute rounds. Like, what do you like? It's not even the same. It's not even the same thing.
It's almost not even the same sport. Then they go rounds too.
Then she has the audacity to say, "I spar men," and she puts this video of her sparring some kids that look like they just walked into my boxing club. They look like the softest amateurs I've ever seen. And she hits this boy with an overhand right. She's in the corner. She hits him with the overhand right. Boom! He eats that thing like some Lucky Charms. He don't take one step back. Yeah. He got hit square in his face. He don't take. No, and he ate it like some Lucky Charms, man. Didn't take one step back. her homegirl filming the whole thing was like, great right hand, you know, like, look, man, I don't know, we're in a very funny world.
As the reactions kept building, attention within the online boxing community turned more intensely toward Claressa Shields, with users bringing forward previously unseen material that quickly gained traction across social media. A sparring clip began circulating widely and became a central point of discussion, showing Shields seemingly being dropped during a session with a male boxer identified as Artur Zamitov. And although the footage lacked full clarity, it drew major interest because it appeared to conflict with her earlier claims about consistently getting the better of high-level male fighters in private training.
Gender right thing, you know, they don't even box 3-minute rounds.
Right.
She's not a 12-round fighter. You know, Serena Williams said that men's tennis and women's tennis aren't the same sport. Okay.
Yeah, she got beat by like the 100 or something ranked person. It was pretty crazy, but she just got destroyed by like a guy who I think wasn't even in the top 100 or something like that, top 1,000.
Yeah, it's not the same sport. She said the speed of the serve alone changes the dynamics of how the whole game is played.
Right.
And so, you know, I mean, boxing is boxing. You know, it is what it is. It's not. You know, I mean, shoot, on some Jake Paul undercard at the circus? Like, you know what I mean? Where boxing is not boxing, it's just boxing because it's boxing, you know? Like, that's what she wants, you know? I mean, you know, it is what it is. I still have true love and dedication for the sport. I'm just a purist in that attribute, you know? I think it's really hard for the women. They don't have enough competition. They don't have enough to sell themselves. They just don't have enough excitement, you know, in the sport. And it happens, you know. I think watching a female tennis match is very entertaining, you know. To see females on the court, to see men on the court are entertaining. To see females on the ice ring, to see males on the ice ring, it's entertaining, right? There's certain sports where the gender doesn't take away the entertainment, right? To see women play golf and to see men play golf, it's entertaining because those women are better than most of the guys watching.
Responding to the growing narrative, Claressa Shields pushed back, alleging that Artur Zamitov had deliberately modified his gloves by removing the padding prior to their sparring session.
Anyone?
I don't even consider sparring like whooping guys because sparring, I'm working on certain things, they're working on certain things, and guys are like, I'm like so respectful of the guys. Like I done dropped guys in sparring.
That was my next question.
I done been dropped in sparring once by a guy.
He got you to the body or what?
Nah, I ain't never been dropped to the body. No, I ain't no fucking punk. I got caught. No, but the guy I sparred, he was like a little Russian hater. He took the padding out of his gloves. So I had whooped his ass on a Monday, and his coach wanted to spar again on Thursday. But he caught me, but he didn't have no padding in his gloves. He know exactly who he is.
Damn.
Exactly. So that's what I'm saying. So it get kind of serious when you sparring against these guys and you embarrassing them. So where they gotta take the padding out their gloves. And this happened to me 2018, right before I fought against Hannah Gabriels the first time.
What happened to him before he left the gym? You guys find that out before he left the gym?
Yeah, 100%. I sparred. So whenever I spar against two different guys. So I sparred 4 rounds with him. I think he dropped me in the 4th. Then I sparred 4 more rounds with another guy. And then he got out. Then the guy who dropped me, he stayed in and he boxed against the other guy I sparred. So the other guy I sparred, Harold. Harold can tell you the guy's name. He sparred against him, and it was like second round, and he was like, "Bro, you wasn't hitting like that on Monday because we all worked on Monday." So after they got done sparring, I walked up to him and I was just like, "Hey man, thanks for the work." And I felt his glove, and I'm like, "Oh." After I pulled down, I said, "Come here." Took the gloves off, I held them, and then his coach, I snatched them and said, "No." I said, "What the fuck are these?" And then like the little dude was acting like he didn't speak English no more. And then his coach was like, "I had got these gloves from Roberto Duran. These were good." I said, "Who the fuck wears these kind of gloves in sparring? There's no padding in here." So I ran out to my car to get my knife, and by the time I came back in, the coach John was grabbing me because I was about to cut the coach. Because the coach said he gave him the gloves, so I'm about to cut you. If you done dropped me, and like I said, this is 2018. I'm gonna change.
Despite her explanation, the online response remained largely critical, with many viewers rejecting her claims and using the footage as evidence against her goal of competing with male fighters. As the debate carried on, focus shifted to the opponent from that sparring session, as fans began linking the situation to Rolando Romero, recalling that he had previously faced the same boxer, Artur Zamatov, in an official bout where Romero delivered a knockout within 2 rounds, an outcome that stood in sharp contrast to what appeared in the recent sparring clip involving Claressa Shields.